Hello everyone. So today we are going to learn function. In function we'll learn its definition and we'll find the domain and range of some function. Okay. So before going to function, I'm going to discuss what is called dependent variable and independent variable. Okay. So let me write down dependent variable and independent variable. So the variable whose value is assigned is called the independent variable, and the value whose value is obtained corresponding to assigned variable is called dependent variable. Okay. Now, so dependent variable and independent variable. The variable whose value is assigned is called the independent variable, and the value whose value is obtained corresponding to assigned variable is called dependent variable. Let me take a simple example: area of a circle. So area of a circle is going to be equal to pi r square. Here you can see that if r is going to change, our radius will be if radius is going to be changed, then the area will be changed, right? So if you take the different radius, okay, and you'll get a different area, right? So here you can see that the area is depend on radius. Okay. So therefore r here is independent variable and the area here is dependent variable. Okay. Now, so this is the basic definition, and we can take any example. Usually we denote y equal to x, take any y equal to x square plus 3. This is the equation. Okay, and x is our independent variable and y is our dependent variable. Okay, basically when we change the value of x, we will take a different value of y. Okay, so usually we consider x as the independent variable and y as a dependent variable. Now let me define the function. Okay, what is called function? So basically we have f, it is a map, okay, and from a to b, this a is say domain and this b is say codomain. Okay, so I can define like this: f mapping a real number to real number. Okay, so here r is our domain and here r is our codomain. Now, so here in general I take a may be an integer, a may be a natural number, a may be a real number, b is codomain, so a b can be real number, can be integer, natural number. Okay, now so we are going to define for all x belongs to a, means all the members of a. Okay, for all x belongs to a such that there exists unique y belongs to b. So for all x belongs to a, there exists unique y belongs to b such that f of x equal to y. So here we have capital F, so let me write. So we can write down here capital F of x equal to y. Okay. So what does it mean? Take an example. Okay, so this is our a. Okay, a is our domain, and b here we have codomain. B is codomain here. Okay, So B is codomain. So here I can take 1, 2, 3 and A, B, C, D, E, F. So here you can see that suppose we are going to define a map. One, the image of 1, okay, is A, and similarly image of 2 is B, and here. And you can see that for each x, for if I say x equal to 1, okay, x equal to 2, x equal to 3, I am taking the different because it is member of A. So for each x, if I will take f of 1, we have image as A, f of 2 we have image as B, and f of 3 we have image as C. Now I'll take another example. Suppose I am taking A, okay, and here we have B. So B is codomain here, A is domain here, right? So B here, no. So what we can do, I can define 1 and 2. So there are two members in the A, and here A, B and C. So what I am going to do, I can take A equal to the image of A is A, and also the image of 1 is B, and the image of 2 is C. So here you can see that what is saying our definition. For all x belongs to A, there exists unique y belongs to B, such that f of x equal to y. But here you can see that f of 1 is going to be equal to A and B both, right? So we don't get a unique output. Therefore, it is not a function. It is not a function. Means it is very important. Unique. We should get always for each x belongs to A, we should get unique y belongs to B. Okay. Now, so if I take a graph, suppose you have a graph, okay, and here like you take any curve. So draw a horizontal line, a vertical line. So this is called vertical line test also. And you can see that if this is the x, and corresponding to this x, how many points like it is intersecting with this graph at 2 points, right? So the x dash, y dash and y, it is intersecting at 2 different points, here and here. Okay, so basically corresponding to this x, we are getting 2 values. So this such graph is not going to be a function. Okay, now we can define it as a function as a f mapping A to B, okay, is called function if and only if any line passing through domain, okay, and parallel to y axis should intersect the curve y equal to fx exactly once. So here you have seen that, you can see this graph is cutting the here and here, right? They are at 2 different points. So this is not going to be a function. You can take an example like here you can see. So this is the graph. If you draw a vertical line corresponding to, means we usually draw domain on the all the values of domain on the x-axis, okay, and this is y and y dash. Yeah, I can take y and y dash here. Now, so it is getting at only 1 point, so this is going to be a function. Okay, take any, so you can see it is going to be a function. Now, so we would like to so what does it mean? We have to differentiate between domain and codomain, and also a range. What is called range? F mapping x to y. Okay, now I'm taking different value f mapping x to y. So let me take a capital because x to y. So here now x is a domain. Okay, x is a domain here and y is codomain. So basically when we talk about the range, a range is the subset of codomain. 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 So here you can see that this is the example, right? So here our domain is 1 2 3, okay, and our codomain is a b c d e f, but the range is only a b c. Okay, so means how we can define codomain as for all x belongs to, if you talk about the y, means usually we denote range as y. So let me write down a range of f. Okay, a range of the f is equal to f of x. Okay, such that f of x and such that f of x belongs to y and x belongs to x. Okay, so it gives you the all the member of range of the given function, and this x is domain. Okay, so x here it is a domain, and all the members of x is going to be domain. If suppose we are not getting any output, okay, like here I can say I 1 2 3, okay, and here let me define 1 2 3 4. Okay, so what I'm taking, 1 goes to 1 and 2 goes to 2. Okay, yeah, and like here let me define the function properly, then you understand. Suppose I'm taking two values. Okay, so I'm defining f of x equal to x plus 1. So our domain is 1 2, okay, and our codomain is 1 and 3 and 1 and 0. Let me take 1 and 0. So you can see that if I take x equal to 1, yeah, let me take here 0 or 2. If I take x equal to 1, so its image going to be 2. If I take x equal to 2, its image is going to 3, but 3 is not in this set, right? So it is not a function because we are not getting output, and we are not getting output, and the output is not in this set. That's why. And another example, I can say that f mapping r to r plus. Okay, take a simple example, f of x equal to x square, and its domain is f mapping r to r plus. Okay, you can see that every member, if you take r, it exists, but here you can see that 0 is here, 0 belongs to r, but 0 doesn't belongs to r plus. So f of 0 should be equal to 0, but 0 is not in r plus. Therefore the function f of x equal to x square is not a function. Not a function for what? Not a function corresponding to this domain and range. Okay, so I think it is clear. The basic concept of domain and range. Let me solve some question and you'll understand how to find out the domain and range. Okay, so there are types of function, means one function, 1 2 function, what is called bijective, injective. So I'll discuss later. First let me solve some question. So let me take the first example, how to find the domain. So here a function is given, f of x equal to square root of 2 minus 2x minus x square. What you need to do? You have to find out the domain. Okay, find the domain. So here find the domain. So usually we say f mapping r to r. Okay, but here you can see that we cannot say r. that's what we have to find out. Means that if f maybe this f is mapping A to R, so R can be here, it is codomain. Okay, so obviously we here the range will be the subset of R, but you have to find this A. Okay, so what we need to do, so we have 2 minus 2x minus x square, and we know that a square root is defined, okay, in a square root is defined for which value? Only positive value. So it means that 2 minus 2x minus x square has to be positive as 0. Okay, so it has to be positive a greater than 0. Now it has to be basically it has to be greater than 0, greater than equal to 0. Okay, now how do you find out? Means we have to find out all the values of x and which is going to satisfy this inequality. So you have to find out. So let me find out all the values of x which satisfy this value. So let me take negative as common. X square plus 2x minus 2 is greater than equal to 0. Now x square plus 2x minus 2 less than equal to 0. So here I can take x plus what I can take, let me simplify. X square plus 2x, okay, and plus 1 minus 3 is less than equal to 0. So x plus 1 whole square and minus 2 is less than equal to, oh, minus 2 is there, you have to subtract, yes, minus 3 less than equal to 0, and x square plus 2x plus 1 is going to be equal to x plus 1 whole square, since a plus b whole square equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Now so here we have x plus 1 whole square is less than equal to 3. Okay, here inequality is changed since we have multiplied both sides by negative sign. Okay, so x plus 1 whole square is less than equal to 3, and x plus 1 is going to be equal to mod of x plus 1 is going to be root 3. So x plus 1 is going to be equal to root 3, and here minus root 3. Okay, now so we have to add minus 1 minus root 3 x and minus 1 plus root 3. So the x belongs to minus 1 minus root 3 and minus 1 plus root 3. Okay, and this is called domain. Okay, so domain of f equal to a, and a is going to be equal to minus 1 to minus root 3 minus 1 plus root 3. What does it mean? It means that ये जितने भी वैल्यू हैं, ठीक है, x के कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग ये जो वैल्यू आया है, इसी वैल्यू के लिए यह फंक्शन डिफाइंड है. अगर आप इसके रेंज से बाहर लो, ओके, लेट मी टेक एनी अदर वैल्यू. Okay, so let me take 4. Okay, you can see that 4 is not belong to a. What is our function? Our function f of x is 2 minus 2x minus x square. Here put a. So f of 4 is going to be equal to 2 minus 2 into 4 minus 4 square. You can see that it is going to be 2 minus 8 minus 16, which is a negative number, right? Minus 4 minus 6, so minus 22. And we know that it is not going to define, okay, since it is not a real number, therefore 4 cannot be the domain. Okay, 4 cannot be the member of domain. Okay, yeah, 4 cannot be, so 4 doesn't belong to a, right? Here I can write, suppose 4 belongs to a. So you can see that. So but if you take any value belongs to this number, okay, so 0 belong to it, so f of 0 is going to be equal to what? 2 minus 0 square, which is equal to root 2. You can see it is defined. So if you take any value between minus 1 and minus root 3 and minus 1 plus root 3, including minus 1 minus root 3 and minus 1 plus root 3, will get a well defined value for f. Now take another example. So let me take another example. Domain, we have to find out domain of f of x equal to 4x minus x square. Okay, it is a simple one. So how do you find out? So basically we'll see. So it is a square root. So we know that a square root is going to define if only if it should be either positive or 0, right? So here I can take common, x as common. So if we take x as common, we'll get 4 minus x greater than 0. I can take negative sign common, so we'll get x into x minus 4 greater than equal to 0, x into x minus 4 less than equal to 0, right? So here we'll use very curve method to find out its solution. So put all the expression we have to equate all the expression with 0. So x equal to 0, x minus 4 equal to 0, so x equal to 4. Here we have 0 and here we have 4. What is the sign of this expression? So we have positive, so positive, negative, positive. And you can see that, so which value we have to consider? Means x into x minus 4 should be less than equal to 0. Okay, means we have to, so x must be belongs to 0 and 4. So if you take any value which is greater than 4, we'll get a positive. If you take any value which is less than 0, we'll get a positive. But if you take 0 and 4, this inequality is going to satisfy. That's why domain is going to be 0 and 4. Means if we have here, if I defined f is going to a to r, then this a is domain and the value of domain is going to be equal to 0 to 4. Means the given function is defined over 0 to 4 to r. Got it? So these are the two simple questions. Now I'll take different one more example, so to find out the domain. So f of x equal to 1 over x square minus 3x plus 2. Okay, it is. So how do you define the domain of this function? Okay, so it is a rational function. So what we need to do, first you can see that it is written in the form of p of x over q of x, right? And we know that if it is defined that q of x should not be equal to 0. Okay, it means x square under root x square minus 3x plus 2 cannot be equal to 0. Means x square minus 3x plus 2 cannot be equal to 0. And another condition, it is in a square root, right? So x square minus 3x plus 2 should be positive. Okay, it is not, we have to consider not equal to 0. That's why I'm not taking here in equal sign. Okay, now so we have to find out the value. Means x into x, use middle term splitting method, x square minus 2x minus x plus 2 not equal to 0. So x take common, x minus 2 minus 1, x minus 2 not equal to 0, x minus 2 into x minus 1 not equal to 0. So x not equal to 2 and x equal not equal to 1. And here x minus 2 into x minus 1 should be greater than 0. Draw a number line. Now, so here if you have to equate x minus 2 equal to 0, x minus 1 equal to 0. So if you equate x minus 2, so x equal to 2 and x equal to 1. Now here 1 and 2. So positive, because expression is positive, negative, positive. Okay, means all we have to take positive value. Means the all the numbers which is less than 1 and greater than 2 is going to satisfy this condition, right? And 1 and 2 we don't have to include, since x not equal to 2 and x not equal to 1 we have to consider. For these value, this is going to be 0, and if you consider it is going to 1 by 0, we know that it is not defined, right? So that's why we have to exclude this value, right? So x should belongs to minus infinity to 1 union 2 to infinity, right? So our domain is, if I define f mapping a to r, then a is going to be equal to what? A is going to be equal to minus infinity to 1 union 2 to infinity, and this is the required solution. Okay, so thank you guys. In the next class we'll learn about how to find out range and what are the types of function. Thank you.